2013. I'd like to call on John Myrick, who will introduce you to our 2013 recipient, Mr. Robert Sprickman. John?
All right.
Before I start on Bob, I've had a couple telephone calls with Frank Vicky, and I told him that I would do a program, send him a program, but I would like everybody that swam for him to come up and sign and say hello, and we'll send this program to him. It'll be up here on the table, so please do that after the ceremony's over. I'm not going to read the program on Bob's accolades. I lived through most of them, so I'm just going to give you my opinion on it. I've known Bob Sprickman for over 50 years. I had hair, and he weighed less than 120. Looking over this crowd, that probably holds true for many of us in here, just saying. We met while being down at the Downtown Y swim team under another Hall of Famer, Bill Daisley. We would race at the end of practices to try to break a minute 100 free. In 1965, we went to Strong Benson to play water polo and then on to the swimming team. In the summer of '66, we started lifeguarding at Presque Isle. In 1967, Neil Postis came to Benson and we all became close friends. I only mention this now because Neil is in North Hollywood, California, with his new granddaughter, Pepper Postis, that was born about 2 months ago. In 1968, we were co-captains of the swimming and water polo teams. In the fall of '68, we went on to swim collegiate and continue our careers. In 1974, Bill Daisley recommended Bob to be the first aquatic director of the Mill Creek recreational program. We taught swimming lessons to 5- and 6-year-olds early Saturday mornings after being out Friday night. That noise and hangovers were killers. Later, Bob left town to be the assistant coach at the University of California, Berkeley. And we got back to this area to run the Meadville Rec Complex. I remember Neil and me helping him load up a U-Haul to move to Texas to coach water polo and swimming at Clark High School in San Antonio. By this time, my daughter was a freshman at McDowell. We would compare the times of each team to see who would win a fictitious meet. In 2005, Neil had Bob be the assistant coach at Prep, where my son Phil was a freshman. I can remember being at Kiski Prep. Bob's on the deck, holding out his t-shirt that said Prep. But I too was sitting in the stands with a Prep t-shirt, and so was Neil, being the Prep coach. How could 3 Vincent guys be with the Prep shirts? How things changed in 40 years. Who knew? Bob was still lifeguarding at Presque Isle at the ripe old age of 60 and beyond. I went to Bob to get advice on breaststroke for my daughter Lauren, since that was the only stroke she could swim after her shoulders gave out. She went on to swim her best times in her career in breaststroke with Bob's help. Bob also helped Daryl's daughter Marie in breaststroke, where she went on to be state champion in the IM a few times. Also in this room is a current swimmer for Prep. He had helped tweak Joe Marin's breaststroke, where he broke 1 minute and 100 breasts in the District 10 meet. Years ago, we were just happy to break 1 minute and 100 freestyle, and here's Joe breaking a breast in 100 minutes. As you can see, Bob's whole life revolves around aquatics. Neil and I take great pleasure in giving this Lifetime Achievement Award to Bob Sprickman.
really humbled to be here, looking at the swim gods that I tried to emulate when I was in high school. Never swam as fast as the guys in 1964, but there was a board up at, and there's still up at high school at Strong Vincent that has all the All-Americans up there, and it's really impressive. I'm up here right now to talk about my swim coach, Fritz Vicky. This past year at the District 10 swim meet, we recognized him as the winner of the Nancy Vicky Award. It's a memorial award that is given in recognition of people's dedication and commitment and goodwill towards the sports of swimming and diving. And we couldn't think of anyone more deserving than a man who's put 50 years of his life into coaching and parenting and being an official. And he's been the District 10 meet coordinator for 35 years. So I'd like to recognize Fred Vicky tonight, if he'd come up here and pick up his Nancy Vicky Award.
Ladies and